Yeah, y'all know what it is, man. It's activated AF1. Y'all already know it's the top of the mind chain, man. You know. What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Yeah, I got my Elemental P cup. Got my Elemental P cup. You know what I'm saying? Man, the spectrums. So you dealing with the color spectrums. Without dark matter, you will have no color. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute, man. It's late at night. You know I post that late at night, man. You know, shout out to all my real motherfucking fans out there. Shout out to the ones that's coming through the portal. Y'all already know what it is. You know I'm finna hit y'all with some damn intelligence that these teachers ain't hitting y'all with. You know they ain't hitting y'all with nothing, man. Everything that they telling y'all you can read in the book. That's facts. Everything they telling you can read in the book. It's a book reading. You little teachers out here on the internet. That one had to come through the portal and just start bodying these teachers out here. All these teachers. I don't even know why the United Futuritarians even left the damn source. See, that's what happens when you start making this. To some people. But the chosen ones, we don't care nothing about that. All we care about is soul. That's it. Cats on the internet talking about Turkey, the earthquake, and all that stuff. It happens. The tectonic plates will shift. There's too much radiance coming down on the planet, man. The tectonic plates are going to shift every once in a while. Everybody talking about, oh, the government shifted tectonic plates in Haiti when the Haiti stuff had happened. The most skeptical planet in our solar system is who? The most skeptical planet in the solar system is what? Earth. You know why Earth is the most skeptical planet in the solar system? Because you don't know what it's going to do. All the other planets, they know somewhat of what it's going to do, depending on the sun, depending on the gravity, the radiance, the electrodes and electrons. They know what those planets going to do. You know, look at Mercury. Look at Mercury. That's a hot planet. Like, you already know what that planet's going to do. But Earth has to deal with life. Because you're dealing with life. That's why the Earth is alive. That's why it grows. And that's why it will die. Earth will die too. Souls are eternal. Physical stuff, that stuff don't last forever, man. Generation A, the reset. Everybody talking about Generation X, Generation Z. They forgot about the reset. Generation A's back. The reset, going back to the one. What does A represent? It represents the one. Told you, man. That's why they don't push my stuff on the Cyberverse, because they already know we back from the future. They already know we back from the future. Generation A, the reset, the true judgment. Judge AF1, what they judging? The mind. Y'all still talking about love, heart, and all that stuff. There ain't no time for love and heart, man. It's time for mind activation, junk DNA activation, soul activation, portal soul travel. How do you think you're gonna get in the future if you don't travel somewhere? Through what? Dark matter. Yeah, it's the only teacher on the internet, man. I'm bodying these teachers on the internet. AF1, you don't have a fancy background. You don't have no what they call a banner in the background. No, ain't no reason for no banner, man, because that stuff ain't coming with you when you pass away. It's cold up here in Minnesota too, man. Cold to the man. It's starting to warm up, but it's still cold up here. Anybody live in the upper Midwest, man, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to Chicago, man. Shout out to the cats in Chicago, cats in Milwaukee, the soulful cats out in Madison, northern Midwest. You know, Twin Cities is the second biggest metropolitan area in the northern Midwest. Chicago's first. Yeah, we second. See, here's some more intel for you monetized teachers on the internet and all you slave minion Negroes. Minneapolis was supposed to be the #1 northern Midwest city, right? That's why it was called Minneapolis, because it was mini to what? New York. What do you call New York? The Big Apple. Minneapolis was supposed to be the biggest northern Midwest city, But what happened was Chicago got built quicker because they were more close to the railroad tracks and the harbor dealing with the Great Lakes. Yeah, that's stuff you can't Google. Told y'all, man, ain't nothing else. Ain't nothing. All these teachers on the internet is Google kings. They can't receive nothing because they ain't come from the future. I want y'all to share this video to everybody. See, share, like, subscribe, start doing, because I'm start saying that stuff because y'all subscribing to motherfuckers that ain't even coming with no intelligence. That's just like you went to your job, right? You went to your job, you just started working there, and the other guy just started working there 2 weeks ago, and you start asking him for advice on how to keep this job instead of asking somebody that been there for 5, 7, 8 years. You asking the dude that been there for a month. Same thing dealing with these cyberverse teachers, man. They all Google, Siri, and Alexa is they God. When you put them in a casket, you might as well put a computer in there with them. Put a computer in there with them. Oh, don't let me start talking about Turkey too. I had one teacher on the internet talking about the suns are creating the earthquakes, creating the earth. Nigga, it's the tectonic plates. They're shifting. That's what they do. They've been doing this stuff for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. The tectonic plates been shifted. It's gonna happen if you live in that region. It don't matter. It don't matter if the sun's shooting out radiance or not. If it gets to a certain point where that pressure builds up, they're gonna shift. That one cat from United Futuritarians was trying to break down saying that the sun was doing the tectonic plates. The sun don't have to do, man, an earthquake, the thing about earthquakes, the sun plays somewhat of a factor. But it doesn't matter because the magma, the pressure, the tectonic plates, when that stuff builds up, it shifts anyway because the planet is alive. It's a living organism. That's why I'm like, man, they be trying, man. You see, they left the source. That's what's so sad. They be trying. I give them credit. But see, that's what happens when you get your YouTube channel monetized, right? You get your YouTube channel monetized, you start getting that little check from YouTube, and then they don't want no real stuff on it. They don't want no reality stuff on their page no more. Because what they do, they turn to metafied vaginas. Generation A to reset, man. You got Generation Z's out here too. Generation Z's out here too. They trying. I give them credit. They trying. They still on physical stuff. All these teachers are still talking about physical stuff. The sun, money, monetization. I told you I was the one that came through the portal, man. They all talking about physical stuff. It's in their videos. You cannot hide if you're not from the future. It's going to be exposed. This is the age of Aquarius where everything's getting put on the table. That's why they run away from AF1, because AF1 going to put everything on the table. I came from the future. Ain't nobody talking like this on the cyberverse. You know why? Because they're not from the future. Google, Siri, and Alexa, artificial intelligence is their God. Generation A to reset. Everybody want intelligent videos, man. I'm like, man, you better hit me up personally. Done putting that stuff on the cyberverse, man, because you cats is whack as hell. Y'all want to debate? You're gonna get bodied, and you got to pay for a debate. How you gonna go against somebody that already been through this stuff? That don't even make sense. Everything that you saying is old. Everything that I'm saying is from the future. It's two different things. When you're dealing with the Bible, when it said heaven and hell, what do you think heaven's at? Heaven's the future. Heaven's not in the past. Heaven's not in the present. The haven is in the future, where you don't die. That's why every time I come back to this three-dimensional realm, I have to put all you teachers in the corner and make y'all sit down somewhere. Because y'all think y'all coming up with nothing. I'm like, man, y'all ain't coming up with shit. Everything y'all coming up with is from a computer. It's from AI. Generation A, the reset. These are Generation X, they tried. Generation Z, they trying. Give them credit for trying, but it's the reset, man. It's Generation A, because after Generation A, there is nothing else after that. It's going to stay at Generation A, the one. The one controls all numbers. The number one controls all the other numbers. You represent all them other numbers for no reason when you could represent one number that controls all of them. I had one cat, the brother, I think his name is Neo Haru. He had hit me up, man, talking about he wants some more Intel videos. You know why? Because some people are chosen from this stuff, man. And when you come in with futuristic intelligence, man, a lot of people don't want to be around that, because then the spotlight gets took off of them and it starts to be on you. You know how many people, you know, my mom told me, my mom said, you got an old soul. She said that, but what she meant to say is you have a future soul. Your soul's from the future. But see, that's how our ancestors and stuff been groomed to always think backwards. All you cats be thinking backwards, man. Every time I go on the internet and see you teachers, you talking about some stuff from 1964, talking about some stuff from 1389, 64 AD. That was the whole scheme to everything, to keep you away from the future mentally. That's why they had y'all all thinking about that old stuff, thinking about the ancestors, but not the ascendants, the ones that's in the future, which is called haven. What's a haven? Heaven. Where's heaven at? In the future. Souls come through portals. Porting what? What does portal mean? Port tail. What are you porting? You're porting intel, intelligence. You're porting intelligence from the future. That's why when these cats see portals, when you're dealing with the Bermuda Triangle, right? And you're dealing with everything else, dealing with the North Pole, the South Pole, right? And they can't go through a portal because they're porting information. The ones in the future don't want information seekers going through the portal. You have to have intelligence in your mind and your soul for you to go through the portal. That's why it's called a portal, because you're porting intel, portail. Some more intel for all you monetized teachers on the internet, knowing that the one came back from the portal. The one came back through the portal, right? See, going back to Generation A is the reset, because you got Generation X, you got Generation Z. Generation X is finished. Generation Z, they out here. I messed with them cats before. I know Generation Z. You think I'm just on the internet talking and I ain't been on the field, in a battlefield? I know Generation Z. They trying. I give them credit, but it's going back to the reset. Generation 8, the reset. That's why people come on my live. They come on my live and then they chime out, because this is too much for them. They're not in the future. When you're dealing with a three-dimensional realm, you got three options when you die. There's only three options. You're either going to go back in the past. That's if you did some really, really, really messed up stuff in your life, in this life form, in this soul form. Or you're going to come back in the present. So you might get born back here in the present state. Or you go to the future. That's it. That's it. You already know I'm going to the future, because I'm coming with futuristic intelligence. These cats on the internet ain't coming with no intelligence. They talking about incense, chakras. They still talking about physical stuff. You know that one dude with the dreadlocks? He's dark-skinned dude with the dreadlocks. He's always on black magic and stuff, and always talking about what you got to eat, and you got to breathe out of this nostril, that nostril. They all on physical stuff. They always forget about the soul. Oh, but the physical stuff helps charge your soul. No, you need to charge your soul, and that's it. Because this vessel is a rental car. It's going to die. It's going to perish. Y'all talking about physical stuff and not talking about the soul activation. If somebody from the future had to put all these teachers in a corner, care what teacher is on the internet, go sit in the corner, man, and listen to the activated ones and take notes so you can get in the future. Generation A, man, the reset. The ones with the ones, man, the 11. The ones with the ones. The 11. See, people think the ones and the ones. See, dealing with the United Futuritarians, they think the ones and the ones is on this planet. No, it's the ones with the other ones in the future. because we already knew you. We already knew you cats was going to get sucked in back to this 3D realm. Start talking about earthquakes. Start talking about all this physical stuff. They always forget about the soul. They say it, but they don't preach it. You can say whatever you want to say. If you don't preach it, I don't believe you. Talking about earthquakes, the sun, all this physical stuff that will always go back to dark matter. Everything's going to go back to dark matter. The canvas of the universe. Oh, whack ass teachers on the internet, man. Y'all better hit me up. They want to debate with me. I'm like, how the fuck you going to debate with the fucking chosen one? That's suicide. Always talking about Egypt, talking about some earthquakes, talking about the sun, talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls, talking about all this physical shit don't mean shit but soul activation. When you die, the only thing that's going to get judged is your soul. Why the fuck is you talking about all this physical shit on the planet? You know why? Because they ain't in the future with us. Generation A, the reset, man. Yeah, it's the activated AF1, man, the Alpha 1. Y'all can go to, y'all can, hashtag Alpha 16196. Alpha 16196. Hashtag that, man. Send these videos everywhere, man. It's about time that people got to know that the chosen ones is starting to come through that portal again, man. It's a wrap. Ain't nothing else after this. Motherfuckers still represent Indians and all this physical stuff. All this physical stuff that's going to be consumed by the sun. All these burial sites, everything, the sun will burn. The earth will burn. Everything's going to get consumed by the sun. You still represent physical stuff that's going to turn to dust and ash. The only thing that's going to move through the dark matter is your soul. That's it. Told you I'm going to body these teachers, man. Put all these teachers in the goddamn corner. Y'all go sit in the corner, man, and take notes. Get your pen and pad, and get your pens out, your iPads, whatever you need to do. Because ain't nothing else on the planet. Cats starting these organizations and all that stuff. It's good to socialize with people that's on your same mind frame, but they start organizing. They think that's going to get them in the future. Always been about soul. From day one. From day one, it always been about soul. Soul activation. That's why ain't nobody on the internet talking about activation no more, because they can't go past it. After they get the activation, they're like, it's like Isis Wisdom was trying to talk about activation. I'm like, she don't even know what she's talking about. She just heard something on the internet. She heard one of my videos, and all of a sudden she's on the internet trying to talk about activation and stuff. Then she goes back to Kundalini and, you know, all that old shit. Shit that ain't even in the future. All this stuff that y'all are receiving, and not receiving, but learning on this planet, that shit, all this shit, I don't care what book it is, it's not in the future. It's not. I came from the future. There's nothing up there. I want to tell y'all what's up there, but I ain't finna tell y'all. Y'all gonna go on Patreon and make a video about it, act like you came up with it. And then you're not gonna receive nothing after that. So then you're just gonna give up, and you're gonna start talking about the same stuff you talking about: flat Earth, Kundalini, Merkaba, Dead Sea Scrolls, Egypt, Olmecs, America. Man, all you teachers, man, need to go sit in the corner, man. The one's back, man. That's why they don't push my stuff. Because the reason why they don't push my stuff, these teachers on the internet, is because then they got to get beneath me. They have to get beneath me mentally. That's why they don't push my stuff, because people will listen to it, and it's gonna resonate to them. It's gonna start activating their neurotransmitters in the mind, the ones that ain't activated. That's why we call ourselves the activationists, because when you're dealing with mind power, you're dealing with 3 to 7% of your mind, right? Everything else is shut off. The only way you can activate the other parts of your mind is being around somebody who's activated. This is not rocket science. That's why people chime in my live and chime out. The reason why they chime in and chime out, because all this stuff, once their mind starts moving, Those electrodes and electrons in their mind start moving. Then they like, this way too much for me. Then they go back to their regular life because their soul is a regular soul. It's not an activated soul. It's a regular soul. You want to be a regular? Cool. Good luck when you pass away. Everybody talking about, man, my godson just got killed probably like a month ago, 2 months ago. He was only like, I think 20 or 21 years old. And I grew up with his dad. I've been knowing his dad since we were like in kindergarten and stuff. And his son got killed. And now their family's dealing with that. But the thing about that is, man, you have to move on with your life. You have to always, because when it comes down to it, when it comes down to your soul, right? Ain't nobody else going to save your soul but yourself. That's facts. Since y'all want to make songs about facts. Oh, I ain't got it all, man, because I'm for the future. Everything right here, man. Everything in this three-dimensional realm, it just looks like. Remember, we used to play people my age, Atari. Then we had Atari. Then we had the Victrex and all that stuff. This place is starting to look to me like, it's starting to look like Atari. Shout out to the Saudi Arabians, man, for making that desert city. Shout out to the Saudi Arabians for making the desert city. Hey, shout out to Japan too. Shout out to Japan, man, for fucking putting the technology out there like that. You go to Japan, you go downtown Japan, man, act like you done left the planet. Shout out to the Saudi Arabians too, man, for that desert city. Y'all go Google that, man, desert city. I go to Saudi Arabia right now, nigga. As soon as I land in the airport, they gonna download my phone and be like, oh, that's not a nigga. Y'all think this is a game, man. I'm talking about global shit. I'm not talking about just dealing with the United States, just dealing with a country. I'm talking about the whole globe. See? Generation A is back. It's the reset. Finna reset all this shit. Generation X, Generation Z is done. It's the Alpha 1. AF1, man. Hit me up. Alpha 1, hashtag Alpha 16196. Breaking out the circle and turning into a 1. Peace.